Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Ben. Many people lose weight but ultimately gain it back, and when this occurs repeatedly, it is referred to as weight cycling. I have made prior videos discussing strategies you can use while losing weight to help prevent weight regain in the future, but nonetheless, it is reasonable to ask how regaining lost weight will impact your health. In particular, will this be better, worse, or the same as never losing weight at all? That is what we're going to explore in this video. As a quick disclaimer, I have listed a few topics on the screen that I will not discuss here. We will save those for future videos. In 2014, a review article found similar outcomes between weight cycling and stable obesity. However, a 2015 review found weight cycling may be worse in people starting with a normal body weight. A 2021 review echoed this, finding that greater weight cycling was associated with an increased risk of developing diabetes, but this was not statistically significant in studies looking only at people with obesity. Thus, weight cycling may particularly associate with worse health outcomes in people starting with normal body weight. But why is this? The answer may be body composition. In people with obesity, weight cycling has been associated with muscle and strength loss, but has an inconsistent association with fat gain. In contrast, a recent review only including studies of people starting with a healthy range body mass index found weight cycling associated with higher body weight in observational studies and worse body composition outcomes in intervention studies, though the authors acknowledge higher quality studies are needed. A key difference between people with normal weight and excess weight seems to be the ratio of lean body mass to body fat that is lost or gained when their weight changes. The leaner one gets, the more the ratio favors lean body mass loss, and then fat is typically regained at a faster rate, leading to increased body fat. Thus, with each weight cycle, leaner people may gain more fat, and this is why you'll hear people say dieting makes you fat. I have discussed this and what you can do about it in prior videos linked below, so feel free to watch those if curious. So, weight cycling may impact body composition, but what about other health markers? A 2017 review found weight cycling may induce fluctuations in several cardiometabolic risk factors associated with worse health outcomes. And a negative impact of fluctuating risk factors was also found in a 2020 review. But the authors here note that the literature is inconsistent regarding body weight variability, medication noncompliance may play a role, and underlying disease may cause variability, as opposed to variability inducing worsening disease. That last point of whether underlying disease leads to unintentional weight loss and weight cycling may be key. Multiple recent reviews found that weight cycling does indeed associate with significantly increased risks of mortality or other negative health outcomes, but the authors all noted that they either did not consider if weight loss was intentional or strongly suspected that many of the studies included unintentional weight loss. In contrast, a 2019 review that found similar results to the prior ones also specifically looked at studies that only included intentional weight loss prior to weight regain, and in this subset of studies, weight cycling was not associated with any worse health outcomes. Similar results have been seen in more recent studies, where greater weight variability after intentional weight loss did not worsen health markers, and a greater number of weight loss attempts was associated with a decreased risk of mortality. Importantly, in this latter study, this was particularly seen in people who gain weight over time. Thus, the act of repeatedly trying to lose weight with presumably healthier lifestyle habits had a mortality benefit even when weight was continuously regained. A more recent review article examining weight cycling after intentional weight loss in women found inconsistent evidence of a modest association with abnormal cholesterol levels and type 2 diabetes, no evidence of an association with hypertension or cardiovascular disease events, and a decreased risk of mortality when weight cycling was mild. The authors also found no association of weight cycling with cancer, which contrasts two small review articles that did find an association in specific cancer types. But both of these reviews, in my opinion, had a rather weak evidence base for reasons I'm listing on the screen, and a prior review I mentioned found weight cycling did not associate with cancer mortality. Thus, I feel the evidence base only weakly links weight cycling to worse cancer outcomes. Moving on, in 2023, a research group has published 3 large analyses all looking specifically at people who underwent intentional weight loss through behavioral weight management interventions compared to control groups. Overall, these analyses found that weight regain relative to never losing weight in the first place had no negative impact on mental health, quality of life, or various cardiometabolic risk factors, while cardiovascular disease incidence and diabetes incidence continued to decrease over time. The continued benefit despite weight regain was likely in part due to people in the intervention groups continuing healthier lifestyles after the interventions ended, as this benefit was seen in a recently published study looking at people with diabetes. Here, a control group undergoing standard diabetes care was compared to an intensive lifestyle intervention, and while greater body weight variability in the control group was associated with worse health outcomes, this was not the case in the intensive lifestyle intervention. The authors speculated that increased exercise levels with the intervention may have mitigated negative effects on body composition that weight cycling would have otherwise caused, again pointing to the potential importance of body composition when considering how weight cycling will impact health outcomes. Overall, it seems that when people with obesity lose weight intentionally, particularly with healthy lifestyle habits, regaining lost weight is unlikely to lead to worse health outcomes compared to never losing weight in the first place. Regarding people with normal weight, it is less clear, but as dieting when starting with a normal body weight is often associated with worse body composition outcomes, I expect that if people regain lost weight without worsening their body composition, this will help mitigate any potential negative effects. Importantly, none of the studies I have seen looking at weight cycling have utilized higher protein diets with effective resistance training and a reasonable rate of weight loss as I typically recommend. And thus, I think if anyone watching this video who wants to lose weight follows my advice and maintains a healthy lifestyle, you can reasonably expect to have positive health outcomes even if you do regain some or all of the weight in the long run. Anyways, I hope you all found this video informative, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.